My name is Farrah. I am the owner of Butter Scotch Bakery, and our tagline is treat yourself, and that is what Butter Scotch is. It's somewhere that you go when you want to treat yourself. So whether it's an event, whether you're at home and you're feeling for a sweet treat, whether you have a gift to give somebody and you don't know what to get them, we're the place for you. The funny thing about the name is that I always like that ampersand kind of vibe. And when I initially started, the Scotch element was that I wanted all of my items to have alcohol in it. It was gonna be like a kind of high-end luxury alcohol infused element to all of the items, which is really why I felt like the name matched that vibe. But realizing now, from where I started and where I expected, what I expected this business to be to what it is, it's completely different than anywhere I thought it was gonna go. Well, my mom cooks all the time. She's a really good cook, and she always cooks for large amounts of people. So family coming over, her friends coming over, she likes to entertain. So I think I've always been around it, and I would always try to experiment myself. I always say that cooking food is an art, but baking is a science. And I like to experiment with both, but it always interested me how the different ingredients work together in baking elements. So why certain temperatures matter, why baking soda instead of baking powder, you know. I guess like the little nerd in me always found that to be very interesting. COVID was a big influence there because I was just home, so I would just bake, and then, you know, before we all got sent home, I would take all these items into my office that I just experimented with. People really liked it, and one of my friends in particular, Sid, shout out to Sid, was like, you should sell this. And I was like, okay, sure, but never really had any intention of it. And then again, when COVID happened and we were all at home, I said, okay, well, people need stuff. I'm making it, why not try it and see? And it kind of started there. Even when I started doing it, I didn't think it would have been a long-term thing. I said, well, it's COVID, so let's just try it. But the more I experimented and the more I spent time in the kitchen and tried different things, I realized that I really enjoyed doing it. What keeps me going? When I get repeat customers, that makes me feel really good, like, okay, I'm really doing something right. And I just think it's a joy, like, to create something. I have people saying to me, why don't you make brownies or a chocolate chip cookie? And there are great chefs and great bakeries making exactly that, and they do such a good job of it. I don't think I need to add to that. So I always felt like I wanted to do unique flavor pairings and interesting profiles. And so you will see that coming through in a lot of the items that I make. That kind of keeps me going, like finding something new and interesting. Like, oh, I would never have thought to put those flavors together, but then you have somebody taste it and they're like, what? Like, this is so good. One of those is like my maple bacon cupcakes. I remember taking those cupcakes to a market that I did once. A guy who came and he was like, this is weird. And I'm like, okay, try it. And he stood there on the spot and ate it and bought 2 more on the spot just because it was unexpectedly good, I guess. And that is what I like. But when I first started, I remember saying that I did not want people to know it was me, because I didn't want to be the face of anything. I didn't want to be in front of the camera, which here we are now, but I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I didn't really need it connected to me, and so I kept everything very separate. Like, you would not have seen my face on any of my Instagram ads or anything like that. And a lot of people did not know that it was me doing it, and I quickly realized that tapping into your community, tapping into your network is a big part of this. When I first started, people, you know, asking us, so what are you doing now? And, you know, and then me saying, oh, well, I'm doing this. It's called Butter Scotch. And I got a lot of, oh, that's you? And when I kept getting that comment, I'm like, all right, maybe people who may not have been willing to try it because there's no face behind it, when they found out it was me, or so it might be people that I know who only just found out it was me, or people, I put myself in that situation. I'm like, I would want to know who it is. I would want to, that would make me feel more connected and make me more willing to try. And so that's when I realized, okay, I had to just connect the two. And that made a big difference. What I want people to experience, the reaction I want is, oh wow, I did not expect that to be so good. Because like I keep saying, you could expect a chocolate chip cookie to be good. You could expect a brownie to be good. Even my chocolate cake, which is a typical flavor, you could expect it to be good. But with the types of pairings that I do, which are a bit unusual, first of all, I love that people are willing to try them. I love that people are willing to experiment. And it's just I did not expect that to be so good is exactly what the reaction I want every single time. So I hope that I deliver that. My phone number, it's 68treat. It's the phone number that you could WhatsApp. And I mainly take orders on Instagram. So Butterscotch TT on Instagram.